Sometimes maintaining clarity means that we have to be ready to adjust our vision, right? Sometimes we have a vision, we think we're following it, and then we realize as we're checking in with God throughout our lives that, you know what, actually I've gotten off track and I need to get back on track with where God's sending me. There are other times where we have that vision and we just get distracted by other good things or great things that are going on in our life. And so it's not so much about necessarily changing our vision, but it's about staying the course no matter what else is going on. And so in that, a lot of times I talk to ladies who will say that they've been asking God for clarity, but they don't feel like he's giving them a clear direction. And sometimes he's not giving clear direction in the moment because he does just want you to wait and keep following him, drawing closer to him, and he'll reveal it. There are other times where he actually wants us, again, to actively seek clarity. And I think the difference there is that sometimes we go to the Lord in prayer and we just ask him, what should I do? Here is this situation. Here is this thing I want. Here's this thing I'm dreaming about. Father, what should I do? That's not a bad question, but I want to challenge you to actually go a little bit deeper. Spend some time in his word, spend some time talking to friends, spend some time doing some research about whatever the thing is that you have on your heart, whatever that vision is. And actually think about what are some different plans I could put in place? What are some different things I could do? What are the next steps that I could take? And go to God with those steps. Instead of just saying, what should I do? Try going to him with options and asking him for his confirmation. Seek his confirmation of which one. So the difference between God, what should I do? And God, I've thought about trying this, this, and this. Which one is your will? Guide me, Father, in which one is your will. Or if it's none of these, please open my eyes to see what the thing is I should do next, what the decision is that I should make, where you are leading me. So I think that maintaining clarity in our vision requires us to not just ask for that clarity, but to try to discern it for ourselves, right? To try to use the wisdom that God's given us already to give some options. You know, it's funny, when I worked in an office, one of the things that used to drive me crazy as a manager, and some of you guys can probably relate to this, but there was a point in my career where I was managing about 30 plus people. And all day, I literally felt like I was answering questions. You know, I had things that I was supposed to be doing myself, that I was personally accountable and responsible for. But pretty much all day long, I would just hear knock, knock on my office door. Hey, Jamila, can I ask you about this? Hey, Jamila, what should we do about that, right? And that was part of my role. So there was no problem with people asking. But I always found it harder when people would come to me and just say, hey, Jamila, this is a problem going on. What should we do about it? Versus, hey, Jamila, this is the problem that's going on. I'm thinking we could try this or this. Which one do you think makes more sense? Now, I kind of see God in the same light, where I think that he wants us to do some work. He's given us wisdom. He's given us the word to study. He's given us as human beings free will. And I think sometimes in giving us free will, there are sometimes multiple ways that we could go about bringing the vision that we have to fruition. Sometimes there are multiple paths that we could take that all align with his will. And he gives us the free will to kind of choose how we want to go, right? As long as we're going on God's path and with him. Sometimes he's like, you know what? You could do this or this. Either one, not a big deal, right? Because you're still going towards the vision that he's put on your heart. And so I just want to encourage you that if you have been seeking clarity, or you've been trying to maintain clarity about a vision that you feel like he put on your heart, and you're feeling like, I don't know which way he wants me to turn. I don't know what he wants me to do. I want to challenge you to think of, what do you think he wants you to do? What are some options that you have? And then go to God with those options. Literally go to him and say, Father, I'm seeking your will. I'm seeking your discernment and your direction and your guidance. I'm considering doing this, this, and this. Can you confirm for me? Confirm for me in some tangible way, whether it's through someone else speaking to me, whether it's through doors opening or closing, whether it's through speaking to my heart, whether it is, there's so many ways that God can speak to us, whether it's sending a sign. But God, please speak to me and tell me which one of these is right. Or make another option, a plan C, completely so clear in my mind that there's nothing else I can do but follow that. And so I just want to encourage you to go deeper as you are seeking to maintain clarity on the vision that God's put on your heart. Because sometimes I feel like we get ourselves stuck because we're not, in some ways, I don't want to say we're not asking God the right questions, but because he wants us to take a more active role in our relationship with him as we're seeking him, not just to give blanket questions, but to actually go to him with ideas and solutions and ask him to confirm which one is right. So I hope that's an encouragement to you, because to accomplish the vision